Okay, as a reseller, I come across things that are very fragile, very misshaped, very heavy, or just very valuable. Now, you don't want to be stacking pictures up side by side because they're going to end up leaning on each other and breaking the glass. How do you ship pictures? You're going to trust a big piece of glass in a cardboard box, or I got a mirror here. Do you think I'm going to sell this mirror and put it in a bit of cardboard and hope that it doesn't get dropped or bumped or something go through the cardboard and shatter the mirror? Same with the picture frames. The glass break, it damages the artwork. So you need to know you can stack or securely store your artwork or your oversized pieces. Could you imagine trying to put this monster in a cardboard box? Your box would have to be ½ inch thick, and then if it got damp, it'd crush. The weight of this would burst the box open. You just could never ship something like this in a cardboard box. So today we're going to make crates. But in today's video I'm only going to make one crate. So this item is what I'm going to crate up today, which is this. Now it hasn't been sold yet, but it is fragile. The corners have already been creased. I don't want any more damage. I don't want to scratch any more to the enamel. So I'm going to crate it for storage. Easy to crate. So we're going to make a frame, seal it in, bubble wrap it, so it'll be safe and secure when it's in storage. And when it's ready for shipping, all I got to do is just apply a label, and I've got the finished shipping weight before we start. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to frame up pictures and stuff like this sign. I'll do another video another day on how to do larger crates for other items. Now you've already seen the selection. I just went to my local hardware store. And you've seen there's rows and rows of different timbers, there's rows of different boards. Well, I've purchased this, which is a finished or planed 2x3. So depending on how thick I actually want my frame. So for the sign, I'm going to use the thin side. If I was doing a picture that's got a bit of a frame on it, I'll turn it that way and I got more room. If it's bigger again, you can buy a thicker timber. It's up to you what timbers you use. And it is a simple process. Now I wouldn't normally be doing this at the shop. I've got power saws and workstations and everything, but since I'm down here and I got to frame it up to take it over, I thought I'd make a film and show you. Okay, so here's the sign. Now we know, if we measure the sign, we know the sign is 40 inches. Because I'm using the timber on the thin side, we also have to add in the thickness of this, which is 2½ inches planed. So I need 40 inches for the sign, 2½ inches twice for the top and bottom of the sign, so that's 45 inches. And I also want 2 inches for packing. So I need 2 lengths of this at 47 inches. As I've said, I do have hand saws, but because it's, I just wanted to be able, anybody to make these videos, because I want these crates so anybody can make them, I bought myself a little saw. Okay, next we've got to measure the height. Okay, now I have to literally now screw the timbers together. Unfortunately, I've forgotten my drill bit. So that wasn't clever. So we're going to have some fun of just putting them together as they are. Okay, so that's our initial frame. I'm hoping the screws will countersink themselves without splitting the wood. So we just have a rectangle then, if you like. Okay, so far all we have is a frame with some timber, hard timber attached. I've now got to trim off the edge. Now it's all cut the shape, I'm going to reinforce the edging with some more screws. Okay, so now we have our base. Before I put in the sign for its permanent home, or until it arrives at the new buyer, I'm now going to put the backing on, screw it all into place, cut it down to size. That way then I can take it back off and it's less fuss moving around for the sign. All I'm doing now is padding the corners so that it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so that's my crate for my enamel sign. there was no other way of shipping this or storing this safely. I wouldn't normally have potched around like this. I've got circular saws, electric saws, everything with me is done with power tools. Unfortunately, I do it in the garden because I don't have room anywhere else, and it is tamping down, so I had to make today's film in the shop and I couldn't get my power tools in here. But if nothing else, it shows you can do one by hand, even though I'm knackered, as you can see. It's taken me a good half hour to an hour to make this crate. But as you can see, a nice, safe way to ship. Now, my cut in with the saw is useless. I haven't cut it perfect by any means. But you know what? It's going to be safely secured now. It's going to ship safe. I can ship it in this. I've added a fair bit of weight, but that enamel sign weighed a ton anyway. And when you work it out, it has cost me about £45 to make this crate, which is quite a lot of money if you like, but I got things on my website for £3,000 and I don't mind. Now, you could do a crate half this size for a painting or for a mirror, and it would cost you it would cost you about £25. In dollars, to make this, you're talking $60 it's cost me to make this crate. Half that, $30 if you want half the size. But that's a £450–500 enamel sign that is not going to get damaged. This was already too big for Royal Mail. It needed a special courier, pallet link or something along them lines, or DPD. So I'm over the moon. My crate is built, my sign is safe, secure. I'm not worried now, and when it sells, it can be shipped straight away. I can just slap an address on there and wait for the courier to collect it. I haven't got to mess about building it, and I haven't got to worry that it's going to get damaged in storage. Hope you've enjoyed seeing how I ship the bigger, heavier items, and I hope you've answered, because I've had quite a lot of you ask me how I ship my heavy pieces or my fragile things. Well, this is how I do it. I make a crate and then I ship them off. A lot of the time you can ship these wooden crates in Royal Mail because they'll ship up to 30 kilos. And the pine I'm using and chipwood is 5mm board and pine timber, so it's not that heavy. It really isn't. Thanks for watching, guys.